Korean, the icon, the loop, and also some global projects such as Zilika, Elf, and many other. And then we have been helping projects to get into the new markets because we think that the three markets in the blockchain space are very important. It's our Korea and China and US. So we have been working with many other projects such as Federal Hash Rate, Algorand, BAT, Ontology to help with their go-to-market strategy in different markets.
감사합니다. Thank you for your interesting. 장내에 계신 여러분, 저희 패널 토크의 원활한 진행을 위해서 자리에 착석을 해주시면 정말 감사하겠습니다. 이어서 두 번째 질문 하겠습니다. The next question is, this is a quite broad question. I would like to ask the current situation of Korean market. I would like to ask Kim-Jun, Crosslegal founder, and Sinhye partner from CGS.
Yeah, sure, I can start. So I think the overall market has shown a great development. Number one, a lot of big corporates are jumping into the space. So, for example, Clayton, who just launched their mainnet today, they announced their partner or nodes and validator. And those include some big names such as some company from LG, including LG Electronics, LG CNS, I think, and some of the subsidiaries of Kakao. Per Aries, for example, which is known for really good gaming companies, even like Celltrion, which is a bio company. So we've seen a lot of big conglomerates or big corporates are trying to get into the space. And actually, James and I were at a conference for CEO and 회장님 for SK. So it kind of shows that they're all really interested in the space. So I think it's gonna have a great impact. And number two, I mean, Korea has been one of the most active secondary markets from the global side. So I think even like the kimchi premium is back, which used to be 30%. Now I think it's like 5 to 10% sometimes. So a lot of movement from the retail side as well. And number three, I think a lot of projects are coming up, and we've seen a lot of reverse ICO which have already great users, great use cases. So for example, we obviously know like Content Box or let's say Watcha, or there are just so many companies, projects who are trying to leverage their existing users and existing business model to kind of apply the blockchain economy. So combine all this, I think we are moving to a very positive direction. The only thing is the government is still very conservative. So we know that the Financial Service Commission just announced that they revealed their opinion on like the development plan for the fintech, but they rejected like 27 of all laws that are related to the ICO and the cryptocurrency. So I can see that the government is still taking very conservative or reserve position, which might kind of hinder our development. Because if we look at another country which is right next to us, Japan, they have been very active, right? They've been very active in a controlled way, but because they have a very clear regulation, I think a lot of people can like find the right way to really thrive in this industry. So I hope that the Korean government also take the advantage of this great trend and the interest from all the world in Korea.
한국인 분들이 많으실 것 같아서 네, 한국어로 하겠습니다. 방금 신혜님께서 말씀 주셨던 것처럼 사실 한국의 크립토 시장에는 당연히 진보를 하고 있다고 보고 있고요. 짧게 코멘트를 드리면 암호화폐 시장은 여전히 하지만 개인에 머물 거라고 생각을 하고 있으나 기사 중에서 보시다시피 기관들이 진입하기 위해서는 필요한 서비스나 기준들이 있고 그에 대한 레귤레이션이나 커스터디나 여러 가지 측면에서 서비스 분명히 빌드업이 되고 있고요. 그런 걸 위해서 기관 진입이 언제인지는 알 수 없지만 분명히 그 방향으로 이용을 하고 있는 것 같습니다. 다만 한국에서만 국한된 내용은 아니지만 기업들이 이제 블록체인에 대한 사용성을 위해서 노력을 많이 하고 있고 아주 짧게 말씀드리면 예전에는 테스트코스로 있었던 형태의 블록체인 팀들이 본 사업부 형태로 꾸려진 것들을 보더라도 기업들에서 이거 얼마나 좀 경중 있게 다루는지를 볼 수 있는 것 같아서 그런 측면에서 블록체인에 대한 사용성이 더 입증이 되고 교육이 되고 어웨어너스가 올라갈 수 있으면 그 이후에 크립토에 대한 문제를 더 확장적으로 이루어지지 않을까 생각합니다.
그러면 세 번째 질문 하겠습니다. Third question, I'd like to ask you the third question is, these days the most hot issue in Korea is Facebook Libra. I'd like to listen the opinion.
So it was very interesting news in terms of the EOS community because recently, June 1st, Block One just announced their dApp, which is called Voice, and it's not exactly, but it's really similar to Facebook. Even though token model and everything is quite different, but user experience would be similar to Facebook. And then after their announcement, Facebook just announced that they're going to launch Libra and they're going to make people subsidiary under Facebook. That was very interesting to the US community because everyone was so excited to hear Block One's announcement. And about their coin Libra, many members comparing it to stable coins or Bitcoin, and then how it's going to be actually different from users' perspective. And another interesting aspect to it was Maxine Waters, the Democratic representative from the U.S. Just right after their news, she kind of asked them to follow the regulations in the U.S. market. And if we see those kind of interaction between the regulatory institutions and Facebook, I think we would actually see the power of Bitcoin and more decentralized projects, stablecoin projects especially. And if Libra got blocked in any of the countries, then we would actually see the power in decentralized projects.
So, good question. What I can tell from my point of view is, so I know the guys who set up the foundation in Switzerland, right? So, and so far I know it's an independent foundation, right? And the Swiss law is also like protecting foundations, right? So it's important to know that Libra is based on a Swiss foundation. It's not a company, right? It's a non-profit organization, right? And there are certain control mechanisms, so they have like less control. And then of course you have different aspects how you should work. Yeah. So, like of course, like what is blockchain about, right? The blockchain movement is about decentralization. For that movement, maybe it's not the best thing, right? I mean, it will bring adoption to the scene, but it's kind of a way that, like, it's kind of a private blockchain, and all the central companies who are controlling all the industry, building all their own central blockchain with some nodes which they distribute to each other, right? So in terms of decentralization, it doesn't bring us a step further. But in terms of digitalization and possibilities to unbank, to bank, to unbank, I think it brings a lot of opportunities. It brings a certain infrastructure layer to the industry on which you can build off, and many people will come to use it. So we don't have like things like payments in WhatsApp or something in Europe yet. So and like this this will bring a lot of advantage in terms of digitalization, right? So from that point of view, I think it will be positive and all over that the development of the scene of the industry will benefiting from it, because on the other side it will also put further pressure on other institutions to move into blockchain, to deal with cryptos, to work with the technology, right?
저 그냥 한마디로 I agree what you say, but I think that this was like a really great movement. 저는 이제 한국말로 하면 우선은 페이스북이라는 기업이 자기네가 이러한 그 스테이블 코인 혹은 더 정확하게 그 백서를 보시면 스테이블 코인이라고 하지는 않고 그 변동성이 적은 코인이라고 했는데 그거를 발표하면서 저는 이제 굉장히 많은 임플리케이션이 있다고 생각을 하는데 우선은 첫 번째는 정말 많은 큰 기업들이 정말 뜨거운 관심을 가지고 있습니다. 그래서 거기 밸리데이터로 정말 저희가 우리나라에 있는 대기업들도 이거를 참여해야 되느냐라는 걸 토론을 할 정도면 사실은 그 시사점이 굉장히 크다라고 보고 있고 저는 두 번째로는 이게 블록체인 정신에 굉장히 물론 아까 말씀드린 것처럼 뭐 프라이빗이냐 물론 거기도 이제 페이스북도 시작은 프라이빗으로 하긴 하지만 굉장히 의미 있다고 하는 게 리브라의 미션을 보면 자기네는 글로벌 그러니까 누구나를 위한 글로벌 커런시와 파이낸셜 인프라스트럭처가 되겠다라고 되어 있어요. 근데 저희가 생각을 해보면 인터넷은 저희에게 인포메이션을 굉장히 쉽게 전달할 수 있도록 해줬습니다. 그러니까 예를 들면 우리가 사진이나 문서 같은 거를 전달할 때 이메일이나 심지어는 뭐 카톡 이런 걸로도 할 수 있지만 돈을 전송을 하려면 지금까지 저희가 다 어떻게 해야 돼요? 은행에 가서 계좌를 만들고 혹은 그쵸? 은행 가서 계좌를 만들고 신용카드를 뭐 발급을 받고 그렇게 했었어야 되는데 지금도 저희는 그런 걸 잘 경험 못하지만 아직까지 디벨로핑 컨트리는 정말 수억 명이 아직도 은행에 혹은 은행 계좌가 없어서 돈을 보내지 못하고 있습니다. 그래서 저는 블록체인은 결국은 밸류의 트랜스퍼를 가능하게 하는 거에 저는 가장 큰 의미가 있다고 하는데 결국 인터넷만 있으면 내가 그 은행가에서 계좌를 받지 않고 나의 월렛 주소를 월렛을 만들면서 돈을 보낼 수 있는 거에 대해서 저는 굉장히 큰 의미가 있다라고 생각을 합니다. 감사합니다.
Okay, so I want to add something. From my point of view, just as Tony Ma, the CEO of Tencent Foods, he thinks actually the underlying technology of Libra is already mature and not that complicated actually. What comes most is the regulation from the government side. Yes, we believe so because we can tell from the white paper of Libra that the architecture of Libra is actually the consortium blockchain with a modified BFT consensus, which, to be honest, is not unique in this field. Yes, so we already, actually, as we are a technology providing supplier for around the world, another traditional enterprises, so we already to help them to establish that kind of infrastructure. So we do not believe that the Libra is really a great thing, especially from technology side. But also Libra has put up forward the smart contract language named the Move. Yes, we think it could be a potential advantage of Libra in the future to bring more applications on board, because the move is aimed to improve the security and to avoid some vulnerabilities of the language solidity which has been used in Ethereum. So we believe that this could be a turning point in the future. Thanks.
정말 아쉽게도 저희가 딱 한 가지 질문만 더 하고 패널 디스커션을 마쳐야 될 것 같습니다. 저희가 준비한 마지막 질문은 사실 여러분들이 가장 관심 있을 질문이라고 생각을 합니다. 최근 며칠 동안 사실 불마켓이 좀 시작된 것이 아닌가라고 많이들 생각하셨을 거고 느껴졌을 거라고 생각합니다. 그래서 저희의 마지막 질문은 지금 이렇게 작은 풀마켓이 시작이 됐는데 여러분들은 어떻게 생각을 하시며 한국의 마켓과 이런 분위기가 어떤지에 대해서 여쭤보고 싶습니다. And the last question is, the bull market has just started, and what do you think the market rate is going and the atmosphere of this area? Yes, it's like, can I start from
I'll try to make my comments in English first, fast, and then a little bit in Korean. It's, I think for pretty much the crypto believers or supporters would, of course, like the price increase that has happened recently, but I don't think it's strong enough in order to sustain the current price. Because if you ask people around, do you know exactly why the price is increasing? They have all different reasons. They have assumptions, they have some ideas, but they don't have a strong standing ground of their logic, which means you have easier reasons to believe. You have a fragile ground of your logic in order to not hold on to a position. And also, there are talks that institutions are joining, but we don't have any proof, and most of the VC's large institution, of course, is not participate in this group, which means it's still pretty much retail-based, and retails usually do not tend to hold the position pretty long. So it's good that it's increasing, but I still believe you need more strong reasons and logic behind for everyone to agree why the price is increasing, or unless there will be a lot of people exiting anyway. Maybe I don't need to talk to you.
So bull market, in our company's perspective, means more users. So higher price, more users on decentralized applications. In that perspective, I really hope that this bull market can boost some startup development on actual devs and actual solutions that they have been preparing, and hopefully more fund coming in from venture capitals. So that's, and yeah, personally, I'm really happy for this bull market because we recently partnered with Binance Next to launch our project. I kind of hope that this bull market continues for the next few months.
So I personally, of course, welcome this bull market because I benefit from it a lot, right? But besides that, if you ask me for the reason, I can really tell you nobody really knows, right? Everyone has a theory, but nobody knows. What I can tell you from a European perspective, there are kind of rumors that like institutional investors are boosting it. In Europe, they're not ready yet because I know my company was building all the custody system and compliance frameworks for all the banks and family offices, and they're really, really early at the beginning. So there's not much more volume than it was like 1 year before. And only maybe nominal, not more volume, maybe in terms of fiat, yes. But again, nobody knows. But of course, I hope it will not overheat like in 2017. But like a stable bull run till the end of the year would be really good for the industry.
Yes, from my point of view, because we know there's an interesting thing that the pump coin, only the pump coin is the best coin. But as we know, after the reshuffle of the entire market, only the left ones with the ability to continuous pump could be the king. Yes, that's what I want to say. Because the ability is based on the sufficient capital reserve and also a decent community base, as well as a solid business model. That is the three important things I think every blockchain project should chase after. Yes, just to take ourselves as an example, because our draft team, we have closed our fundraising in August last year. So actually we have gone through the whole process of this round of bearish markets, and we witnessed that lots of projects and also most of our friends, their projects have disappeared
during this year, and just a few of them like us can get listed successfully this year. So in the world, I think we believe the left is the king, and the team with a sustainable development view could be the potential top point in the future. Thank you.
I mean, from the technical perspective, yes, it is the bull market because we have been like seeing the price increase for last like more than like 60 days, I think. From my personal perspectives, I wish that the bear market has been longer, to be honest. We even like at the beginning of this year, we have seen so many like still like scammers and exchanges who are just doing pumping and dumping and within their own changes. But to make this industry more legit and welcoming more big companies to get in, we need better like norms within the industry and then like more regulation. So, I mean, as you mentioned, we've seen a lot of companies have disappeared, but I wish we had a longer bear market, so kind of like more people who are not believing in the cryptocurrency and they're not trying to play the game in the right way have gone away, to be honest. Because, I mean, blockchain is like not only, it is technology, but it also relates to the money, and it gives freedom to the people. And we know that people are not going to deposit our money with the exchanges or company that we do not trust. But I still see that there are so many secondary, like scammy project and exchanges are playing in this word. But it is the bull market by definition. So then the question is, what drives this bull market, right? Number one, I think even though Steven mentioned that you haven't seen many traditional investors who are getting into this space from Europe, but there are a lot of family offices and big accredited investor from the United States are very ready to get in. So for example, one of my good friends from my MBA, he is part of multiple family offices who manage 2 billion USD. So, but they just put a lot of money into this space, right, by investing in some other crypto funds. And as we mentioned, the big companies such as like Facebook or even like Samsung, right? When Samsung first announced they are gonna enable the crypto wallet with DLSS, it's another big, huge news, right? And when Kakao, Ground explained that they're gonna integrate with the Kakao, it's another great thing because by enabling them, we can just get the more adoption from the retail users. So I think those movements from the big corporates are also sending the strong signal to the market that now like Bitcoin is more considered as like a digital gold, and you can even, some people say Libra from Facebook global coin can replace the USD in the near future. So I think those movements are sending some great signal to the markets.
네, 여러분 정말 감사합니다. Thank you for your sharing. And the time is about to end. So if anyone who wants to say like one sentence, feel free to say.
It's a pleasure to be in Korea and a pleasure to be invited to here. So, and yeah, thank you. Thanks to you for a great invitation.
Thank you, Hiro.
Thank you.